We've 11 centres as such, our own units, mostly in Belfast and surrounding areas. We are also in Bangor, we're in Ards, we're in Newcastle now, and those are the daily hire services. We also have 13 what you would call outreach centres, going from the Titanic to Crawfordsburn Country Park, Castle Espy, places like that, which allow people to get out and about in the fresh air on a nice day. Doesn't mean they're restricted to shopping, doesn't mean they're restricted to a town or a city centre. Where we're also involved is in a lot of shows and events. We were lucky to be involved in the tall ships there, and we did Rose Week recently. We're doing the Lammas Fair, as Kate said, getting up to Ballycastle. So we try and get involved. What it really comes down to is the councils usually who are running these events, they get in touch with us. We work quite closely with Belfast City Council on most events really that go on. So again, gives people the opportunity to go to something different.
We have three types of scooters. We have the little ones that are called like a GoGo or TGA. They're a portable scooter that fold down and go into your car if you wanted to rent one of those and take away in a car. And the standard Pride scooters, the Colts that we use, those would be the biggest bulk of ours. We use those, they'll hold up to 25 stone. So anyone's up to 25 stone could use one of those scooters. And then we have 4 or 5 of the Pursuits, which are the larger ones, and they'll hold up to 27 and a half stone. So depending on the member, the scooter, you give them the scooter to suit them really, you know. We ourselves have turned the speeds down in all our scooters to 3 miles per hour. We think 3 miles per hour is more than enough. It's a good walking speed, where some people don't, you know. Some of the people who have their own scooters, those scooters can get up to 6 miles an hour, and on the pavement it's just far too fast.
Training, support, assessment, that is at the heart of what we do. That's vitally important to us. There's no point in giving someone a vehicle like a scooter and saying off you go, and not training them on it. They need to be aware for their own sake, their own health and safety, and for the general public, how to use a scooter safely. It avoids any accidents and it avoids any discomfort or lack of confidence then. I mean, what we tend to do is, obviously with our people who come in and become members, we train them on the spot. We also have training days where we'll go out to local community centres, folds, any old people's homes, things like that. We will train them in their own environment to feel more comfortable, and then they can come out into the bigger, wider world as such.
I've now been out of work 2 years, having worked for 30 years without being out of work. So that's been a big shock to the system. Now I've had a problem with my right. It's not really the hip, it's actually the pelvic bone. And I was driving right up there until February. And for some reason, I lost the power of my left leg, but the power came back no bother. The power of the right leg has just got weaker and weaker now. Whether it's to do with the bone, I don't really know. And the doctors really they're surprised why the mobility has sort of deteriorated. They're kind of don't really know. So what has happened is I found I couldn't drive my car. So I sold the car about 5 weeks ago, which was sad, having driven for 20 years. I hadn't been in town in 3 months, and it was through sheer chance that I've been attending a course in Conway Mill. And I walked in after limping for the past lot of months, but without crutches. I walked in one day to the course with my crutches, and my tutor and another girl in the office was actually quite shocked that I was walking in with crutches. That they called me and said that they thought that they could do something to help me. They gave me the number of Shop Mobility.
And what was it like to access shops and streets without this provision of service?
Well, it was terrible, Rory, because once I had the crutches, I came into the town one day via private taxi cab. Rory, it was a nightmare. I went into one store, Primark, and I literally was only in 5 minutes, and I had to ask a member of staff for a stool. I couldn't walk around the store. Every couple of minutes I got up, I had to stop. Now I had my daughter with me, and no way did I come in on my own. And once that day was over, I couldn't come into the town again. I knew I couldn't. So as I say, it was only through Shop Mobility being mentioned to me, there was the start of me getting into town.
Oh, it's marvellous. It's a great feeling, you know, just to know you've helped someone, specifically Kate. You've seen Kate. She's so bubbly and upbeat. When she first came in, just she was a different person, you know. She goes to all the shows, phones up, books the scooters, and she comes up to the shows. And she's just a completely different person. If you'd have seen this woman a year ago, unbelievable difference, you know. And then that's given her back her mobility, her independence. It's great. It's absolutely great. And we get a great feeling out of that as well, you know.
Our aim is to let everyone, no matter what their problems happen to be, short term or long term, to get out, to get involved, to feel connected. I mean, I think one of our users once said there's nothing worse than feeling isolated and disconnected from your community, and we aim to combat that. We want people to feel connected, to reduce isolation, and we find what goes with isolation, of course, is depression, is people feeling that they're on the outskirts of society. So if we can help get rid of that in any way, well, that's what we aim to do.